What's up? What's going on? Jace Jacobs here. ITN, I want to give a shout out to you. Say hello to those of you that I know, I love and appreciate you. And to those of you that I don't know, well, let me introduce myself. I'm Jace Jacobs, and I'm from back in the day. Let's see, I graduated from ITN in 2014, I believe. That's quite a while ago. But yeah, it's been good times, and I appreciate seeing everybody's journeys. And I'm jumping on here because I just wanted to throw a shout out to you and let you know that it's exciting going through the course, but it's a journey. That's just the message I want to say, is that there is a journey that goes on. So just because you start as a certified transformational nutrition coach doesn't mean that that's where you're going to end up. And don't think that as a negative. Think of it as an exciting opportunity to pivot if the right opportunity presents itself. And then also just to remind yourself that the training is still the training and it's still beneficial. So I want to use myself as an example. As I went through in 2013 and 2014 and started my process as a transformational nutrition coach. And then I realized that there were some other things I wanted to do. So I started pivoting a little bit here, a little bit there, did a lot of blogging, did a podcast. And then I was still on my journey. I was still growing. But one thing that remained was all the mindset stuff, the spirituality, the philosophy, the different things that I learned, the core stuff that I built up, my core foundation from ITN. So that stuff all remained the same. And so I just played around with it, and I allowed myself to go on this journey without stressing about it. Right? That's the key. You don't want to stress about it and think that, oh, I gotta be super successful right away. Right? It's just a journey, and it's experience, and that experience builds confidence, right? And that confidence feels pretty good and allows us to better serve. So for myself, what's funny is I ended up doing some crazy stuff. I mean, I ended up overcoming my fear of the selfie video. What up? I'm on video now. That wasn't until, that was the middle of 2016. So let's rewind a little bit. I got out of ITN in 2014, and I had this hidden, fear of the selfie video. And I'm watching all the other coaches doing selfie videos, and not me. No, I wasn't doing a selfie video. So that was a fear, and so I had to break away from that. And I didn't do that until 2016. And then at the end of 2016, beginning of 2017, you know what happened? I found a poem I wrote to a girl in 1993. Yeah, seriously. And I thought it was kind of cool. There was a cheesy part in the middle, but it finished strong. And for the most part, I'd write it the same today. And so it got me thinking, right? And I was just thinking about that. Man, I kind of enjoyed writing that stuff. And the next morning, when I was out doing my morning routine, out there, facing the sun and just appreciating everything, I was just sitting there thinking, and some words popped up in my head. And the words popped up in my head were, I appreciate the sunrise and the birds flying by, clouds creating shapes in the painted sky. And I was like, oh, where's my phone? I got to write this down. Oh, this is so cool. A poem popped up in my head. And it wasn't the lovey-dovey stuff that I did when I was younger. I mean, that stuff's cool. But this was the stuff that I was into, the mindset. And so I wrote it down, and I completed a poem. And I told my wife, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write a poetry book. And she's like, whatever. Okay. All right, poetry boy. And you know what? I had to push forward and do it anyway. So I just kept sticking to it and writing some stuff. I got some old stuff out, and then I ended up replacing everything old that I wrote with all brand new poems that were mindset poems. And before you knew it, I had a book, and it was available, and I posted it on Amazon. Boom, look at that. Yeah, and that wasn't something that was on my mind back in ITN. That's my point. This isn't a pitch to buy my poetry books. This is a reminder to you that you don't have to have it all figured out right now. You just have to enjoy the journey and move forward with it. And so that's what I did. I kept moving forward with it. And let me tell you, there were some people that weren't okay with the change, right? There were some people in my life that were not okay with this. Like, what? What are you doing? Poetry? Yeah, I'm doing poetry, right? They didn't remember who I was back when I was 19 writing poetry because I didn't share it. So it was uncomfortable for them. So I pushed through that. I remembered who I was. And you know what? I fell into my own type of branding without having to try, because I went back and revisited who I really was, right? And so the bandanas I was strapping on at 19, 20, and 20 years old, I made sure that, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I have this more out in public now instead of just behind the scenes. And so I fell into that type of branding. And then just my desire to throw up some high five and knuckles and the encouragement and just the smiles I wanted to share with people. I started embracing that, right? And it felt pretty good. And there were still some people that didn't like it. But you know what happened? They started to fade away. They started to fade away. And who came in was new, amazing, cool people. And that's that attraction thing. For those of you that are Abraham Hicks fans, I was attracting some vibrations. Some new vibrations were coming into my life. Thank you, universe. And so I kept on rolling with it. And then eventually, you know what I did just the other day? Boom, put out book number 2 on Amazon to really lay my stake in the ground and say, hell no, I won't go back to being afraid. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to embrace who I am right now. And who I am right now is a happy mindset poet. Right? So that's what I'm going to embrace. And so, you know what? I'm going to jump off here because this is running a little bit long, but I want to leave you with one thing. I was falling into a little bit of darkness not too long ago. And so I just went back to my poetry again. And so I wrote something I want to share with you. It's called As Bright as You Can. And it goes like this. There's no actual darkness, only an absence of light. And with that thought, your future is bright. There's no need to be timid if darkness is near, because you possess the light that darkness will fear. So hold on to your power, self-love over insecurity. Show darkness who's boss. Shine bright so it can see. Embrace your powerful commitment. Shout out your appreciation plan. Remind yourself that you are the light. Now shine as bright as you can. All right, ITN, past, present, future, I love and appreciate you. Shine bright. High five. Knuckles. Cheers.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.